Hello everybody, this is Intuitive Retta. How are you doing? I would like you to make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Comment below. You can find me at Intuitive Retta at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you would like your own personal reading from me, please contact me at rettaware@gmail.com. The information will be in the description. So, I blame Aphrodite Stone for me doing this reading because I love Aphrodite. And this guy has been on, he's been on my radar off and on. I've never really paid attention to him. But she did a reading on him, Aphrodite Stone. Nature Boy. And I think his name is Nature Boy. His real name, I think, is Eligio Bishop, something like that. He had a group, a kind of cult group called CarbonNation, but now he's calling it CarbonNation, and now he wants to be known as Father Tahuti or Master Teacher Tahuti. So, you guys know Aphrodite, she's going on a, when she looks into things, she's looking at a spiritual, level and stuff like that. And I do that too, but I'm kind of trying to figure out, who is this guy? What made him do this? What made him have this cult? What are these people doing following him? I know I heard, like, years ago in passing, I didn't pay him no mind, I do, check out the conscious, community here and there. I've done a reading on Polite a while back. I haven't done one recently. Last time I did a reading on him, it showed he was kind of living his rock star life. So I've done one on, I think that's it. I think it was Brother Polite. I've done it on Tommy Sotomayor, stuff like that, which he's not part of the conscious community, but he does spar, I think, at times with Sonetta or whatever. But I do check them out. I mean, I'm kind of old school. I like Dr. Valentine, Phil Valentine. I like Dr. Delbert Blair, who transitioned, I think, in the last couple of years. I liked him a lot. I like Brother Tahuti. I liked him. I think I'm saying his name right. He was... I like Bobby Hemmett, I still listen to Brother Panic. So, so this is like a cult. And since she did her reading, I've been like looking at these videos. I'm trying to understand, because I'm all about trying to understand things, right? So I'm looking at these videos and I'm looking at videos of him. I'm looking at videos of people who like him and people who don't like him. I'm also looking at ex-members of this now it's CarbonNation, but before it was Melanation, and what they're saying, and I'm just like, what the heck? What is going on? And I don't know what to make of it. So I want to know about this guy. He is the Strength in the Star, which he has the same, birth cards as me, but I don't feel any type of like kinship with him. I don't feel like anything that's, even related or alike. It tells me the Strength of the Star that, he's always going to go through adversities, that, he'll have periods of good things coming on. And also the star could be spotlight. So the spotlight's been on him. He has a pretty, not huge, but I think he has a following of like over 100,000 or so that follows him. I think there's a few people that's staying with him. Now I look, there's all these women. He has like 3 or 4 wives and they're all having like babies and stuff. And it's like, now one of his wives was one of his they call them directs. The one who he has now that's pregnant was one of his warriors, as he calls them, wife, and then somehow I don't know. But it is fascinating. I'm trying to understand. These people they were in Costa Rica and they got deported. See, other countries do deport. And then they got deported, and now they're in Belize, I believe. I thought they were in They said they're in Belize, but I thought they were in Mexico, but I heard maybe Belize. So I'm just fascinated. So we're going to kind of figure things out. A lot of you guys probably don't know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about, but you know me. When something kind of strikes my interest, I gotta figure it out. And Aphrodite, she struck my interest. Okay, so where is his energy now? Let's see, where is he at now? Okay, his energy now is he has some enthusiasm. He has a couple of women. I mean, he has a couple of women. I do see a pregnant woman here, so he has some enthusiasm. He feels like he's living free, that, you know, he doesn't have any type of burdens right now or restraints. Let me see another card. And I think even though he has these other women, I think he's kind of really committed to one, or he's saying that he's committed to them, but I think he's really committed to the one right now. Let's see. Oh, he has bad intentions. So this is the devil card right off the bat. This is all about ego, trickery, enslavement. You know, this is all about your shadow self. So is he tricking these people? Is he tricking, you know, the public that watches him? Enslavement? Are these people kind of mentally enslaved to him? Or does he treat his partners like enslaved to him? You know, is this commitment? Is his commitment to this woman or this partnership or this way of life? This commitment doesn't have to necessarily mean a woman. It could be to his way of life. So this automatically, mentally and spiritually right now, he's not in a good place. He's coming from a place of ego. Let's see, what's crossing him is his penis. His penis is crossing him. His problem right now that's keeping him in this kind of bad place of enslavement and trickery is his penis and his aggression and his passion. So the wands, I always tell you, the wands is the big penis. Mine is bigger than yours, which is also in regards to ego, you know, and that's what's crossing him. That's one of his problems. That's what's keeping him in this mindset of the devil, is his penis, his aggression, and his passion. Okay, underneath that is his relationship too. The bottom of that is his relationship. It could be a relationship. See, I'm seeing it here at the bottom of it. I'm seeing now this couple thing going on. So this is either a relationship with his people or a relationship that he has with the partner. So that's the underlying issue to all of this. I don't know if since he's got with this person, has he became more angry or more enslavement or more since he's been in this relationship or more aggressive? I don't know. I don't know him. I just watched some videos and was intrigued by Aphrodite. So this is all about two people coming together in a place of love. So they are in love, but this is like the bottom line to everything. So what is so significant from this relationship to kind of make this all go crazy right here? To make him in a state of the devil, which is ego, which is enslavement, which is in trickery, which is your shadow self in this aggression, this passion, this penis. Let's see. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. So this could either be a younger woman or a little girl. This could either be a younger woman or a little girl. Or this woman could be younger. And this is like an immature woman. So this is about someone who's emotionally, they have a plan. It's like someone who has a plan. But they're not emotionally able to stick with the plan. So, or he has a sense, he looks at this relationship immaturely, or this woman is immaturely, or there's a little girl coming from this union. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Or, because this is a little girl, but it also looks like a boy, too. I'm seeing a penis there, so I'm not really looking into it. But it's telling me immaturely, like, it's a plan. It looks good. It's like we want to be in love or we want this to work out, but don't really have the mental capacity to, you know, really be forward, like to really excel at this relationship. It's kind of like an immature relationship. Let's see in the past. In the past, it has to do with what kind of relationship does he have with his mother? I'm thinking kind of like with this, his mother could have been very passionate. She could have been very aggressive. I'm seeing the family. So I think this all goes back to his mother, his relationship with his mother. I don't know if his mother was abusive or if she was very sexually active or, you know, or what. Because, you know, the wands is all about the penis. So a woman that has the wand, she can be very, you know, aggressive, very primitive herself, likes sex a lot, can be very, you know, fiery, combative. Let's see what's on his mind. What's on his mind is all these different choices. So what's on his mind, it's called the Lovers, but you know what, Lovers is choices. So all these different people, whether they're in his relationship, I think he has maybe a couple of wives, but also maybe not only his relationships that he has, but maybe his friends' relationships. You know, sometimes when you have too much choices, it's a bad thing. Like, too much choices can lead to a bad thing. Let's see. Yeah, things are kind of stuck. I think his choices, I think their choices that they can make right now are kind of on hold. I don't think they have many choices right now. Things are like on hold. They're going to have to sacrifice. I think they're beaten up. I think he's having some mental type of issues. I always feel with this is some mental issues because he has something on his head. He's dealing with things mentally, but he's trying to hold his ground. He's trying to stand his ground. He knows he has people behind him. He has like his followers behind him, but mentally right now, I don't think he's in a good place. And things are not really, the choices that they have are kind of on hold. I don't know how the money is going on over there. I don't know how, I feel like they're sacrificing a lot. I'm not sure if they're eating well, if they are living well, or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of sacrifice and their choices are very limited. Let's see what's in the future. Nostalgia. Going back to a time. Nostalgia. This could be old love. This could be old kids. The Knight of Coins. A little boy. So he's thinking about his son. Does he have a son? He's thinking about his son. He has a son. He's thinking about his son. And he's also thinking about his son, but he's also thinking about a time when things were financially better, where he had the ability or the money to kind of do what he wants. So that's what he's kind of thinking about, and he's wishing that in the future, that he can have the money to do what he wants. At one time he did. He had, you know, more money to do what he wanted. There's also a little boy involved. Also, he's going to have to face some fears. He's going to have to kind of face his own fears, face some challenges. In order for him to get out of this space that he's in, he's going to have to face these fears head on. He's going to have to face his issues head on and have the strength to endure and have some compassion. Or he's not going to move on to the star. I want to see what makes him have all these wives real fast. I'm going to do, this is the feminine and masculine. Return to the feminine and masculine. I think that's what this deck is called. Okay, what makes him to go with all these wives? He has a problem of having unconditional love. I don't think he's ever not had unconditional love. He's never had unconditional love from his mother or from even any kind of woman. He hasn't had unconditional love. I feel he may have many children, so he feels like he has some, you know, some unconditional love. but he's never had it. So I don't know if he's able to give unconditional love because he's never had it. And this is transcendence. This has happened to him since he was little. So this is something, this feeling of needing unconditional love is went on since he was little. And it's still with him. He has to overcome this feeling of not having unconditional love, or this issue of him never having unconditional love and not knowing how to give unconditional love. This is something that he has to work on. So this is why he has many women. That's why he has many women. He doesn't know unconditional love. He's trying to find unconditional love, and he might not be looking for it in the right places. What makes these people follow him? What makes these people follow him? They feel like it's a challenge at times. It's a challenge at times. They feel like they are being free with him. Like, they feel like he is like so intellectual, that he's so knowledgeable that they have to follow his line. They really look up to him like he knows what he's talking about, that he's very knowledgeable and he's very intelligent. I don't know him personally. I'm just some of the interviews and stuff I've heard. I'm like, okay, but this is saying, hey, they follow him because they feel like, you know, he knows a lot and he has a lot of intellect, and they feel like they're tired of fighting. So they've always had to fight. They've always had to fight. You know, they've always, and they're kind of like mentally thinking that everybody's after them. So this feeling of them going with him and staying with him, it's like us against the world. You know, we got to protect him. It's us against the world. You know, that's what they're feeling. And they're feeling like how they're living. They're a free spirit, but they're kind of confusing what a free spirit is. You know, they're kind of confusing really what a free spirit is. They're thinking of being a free spirit, which is kind of strange, on a passionate sexual way, instead of being a free spirit on a mental and spiritual and emotional way. It's more physical and passionate. That's what makes them. There's an attraction. There's a lust there. That's what makes them attracted to him, and that's what makes them stay, men and women. And they feel like that's them saying it's us against the world. They like that kind of, what is his thoughts in regards to his followers? It changes. It changes. He feels like it changes. It's constantly changing, his thoughts on what he feels. He feels that, you know, they're following him because he's spiritual, that he has this connection with the divine. Whether he has it or not, this is what he feels, that he's in tune with the divine, that he knows the ancient secrets, that he knows the mysteries, and this is why he feels, and that he also likes, so things change. He also likes the spotlight. He also likes the star, the spotlight on him. He also likes the idea of kind of the whole Adam and Eve thing. If you see that they're living in the jungle, and I think I heard they like to talk about walking naked. This is what Eve is. Eve is in the jungle with her breast free. You know, it's the forbidden fruit, and out there in the jungle. So he kind of likes this kind of, you know, setting that it's like Adam and Eve. So, which is weird that he kind of talks about, you know, Egyptian, and he kind of, I know before he used to kind of talk about African and Tahuti, which is Egyptian, that actually it's kind of like Adam and Eve. And like, I think he's at the point right now where he feels like he has to create, like they need to have babies to kind of create like Adam and Eve. He's in this Adam and Eve type of thing. Which, okay. How is this group going right now? How is things going on in the group as a whole right now? How are things in the group right now between all of them? they're working on the details. There's a lot of these lovers is a problem. They're trying to work out the details, but these lovers and these changes of lovers or whatever is, and these different choices of lovers or how they get lovers is really a problem. They might not talk to him about it, but it's a problem. And even though they feel like they're free spirit and they're having sex, I see lots of sex and passion in relationships. I think that's really what's a problem. I think that it's what's going on in the relationship. They're working on the details. They feel like it's like entrepreneurship, like they feel like they're working on the details of things, but they're not really getting anything done or really getting ahead. They're just working on things, and there's all these different choices, and it's like they sit around and make choices. And even the guys, I feel like the guys get together and be like, well, I want her, and no, but I want her. I don't really feel like the women kind of have a choice in what guys. It's like the guys make a bargain or a choice amongst themselves for the women. And I think that's a problem. And I also think this young woman, she's showing up again, is a problem. This woman and this relationship is a problem for the group. So this woman, this younger woman that they're having a sexual relationship with, it's been a sexual, passionate relationship, and it showed up in his reading, their relationship is a problem for the group. I don't know if she was someone else's lover before or what, but it's really a problem kind of for the group. They may not talk about it, but internally they talk about it. That's what started a lot of problems, is this. Let's see. What's going to be the future of this little CarbonNation? What can they look forward to? So he's in his ego stage right now. What can they look forward to? I feel like the girl that's pregnant, I feel like the girl that's pregnant, I don't think it's the same woman. I think there's another woman. I think he may go have another woman and have this whole Adam and Eve thing again. He likes this whole Adam and Eve. I think they may have to leave in regards to money. I think that they may have to leave in regards to money, or a man and a woman is leaving because of money. But I have a feeling that they may have to, because this is the card of leaving, crossing over, not crossing over that way, but escaping, but bringing your problems with you, bringing those problems with you. They may have to go over water or something. I think in the future, they may not be able to stay where they're at, and they're going to have to kind of stay and leave because of money. Or they may have to go somewhere else for money, or, someone offers them money to go somewhere else, or, it's financial for them to move somewhere else. For some reason, I think he's going to do this all over again. He has this idea of Adam and Eve, like Adam and Eve and in the jungle. It's not so much Egyptian. It's not so much African. It's really like biblical, like Adam and Eve. But I don't feel like this is the same woman that's in the line of, this is a different, the other woman is very sexual, their relationship, she's younger. This one is probably, closer probably to her age, a little bit more emotionally advanced, where the other one was more sexual, but she may be very given to him, kind of, because he's missing that motherly love, because he's never had it. That's what he's looking for. So I think he may find this woman that he feels like gives him this unconditional motherly love, and redo this whole Adam and Eve again. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a burden. I see this enterprise. I do see him with still, he's going to have one woman, but still two women behind him. So maybe 3 women, it's a burden. I don't think he can handle, you know, these women. And it's really having to work on the details. Money is a big problem. I think a guy is going to kind of come in, and maybe he's going to move somewhere else because someone else is going to come in and offer, this is generosity. So maybe someone gives him money or something, and they have a future planning, and maybe they have to, like I said before, they're going to leave to go somewhere else, to build somewhere else in the future. Do I think he's this... One more question. Is he this spiritual? Is he, like, really spiritual? Does he have a connection for the greater good of his people and his followers? Let's see. He has the potential, but right now he has the potential to do good. He has the potential to do good, especially in the future when the right people come together. When the right people come together for a plan, he has the potential to do good. But he's resting. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, he's not doing, whether if God or the creator or whoever gave him a gift, you know, or knowledge, he's not, whether he did it before, he's not quite doing it now. And it's like he's at the moment of rest because maybe he is ill. Remember I said there's something going screwy with his brain right now? Maybe he's having some mental type issues. Remember I always say that this is the card of rest. You need a mental rest, a card of illness. So it could be that he's having a mental illness, or he's having a sickness or something. He needs to rest. He needs to, and I'm thinking it's more mental because you need the strength, which I always told you with his birth cards are the strength card. And you have to overcome, face your fears, overcome and endure. And if you ignore it and not do, you know, face those fears and overcome that, you know, the universe will keep giving it to you harder and harder until you're like, okay, let me deal with this head on and get over it. And that's what he needs to do. So he needs to get the rest or the treatment for what's going on in his brain right now, or even a sickness that he has. He needs some type of treatment, some type of rest. He needs to face some fears and have the strength to do it. And if he does that, and he faces these issues that he's denying himself, and maybe even about his need for unconditional love, that his need for unconditional love is what's messing with him and what's making things kind of go astray in his group, because he's looking for this unconditional love in the wrong places, with the wrong people, doing the wrong things. But he does have the ability, if he goes with, you know, a group, you know, if he gets with the right group, I'm thinking there's 3 of them. If they come together, these 3 people, they can actually do some good. But right now, he's not mentally or physically able to do that because he has something that he needs to take care of. And he needs to take care of it and face this issue that he's been ignoring. And by facing it and taking care of it, he will get stronger for it. And I think that if he gets with these right people in the future, which I seen in the other card, that he can do some good. So, which is surprising me. So that's the end of this Nature Boy slash Eligio Bishop slash Father Tahuti slash Melanin Nation slash CarbonNation. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Put your comments below. Tell me what you think. Does any of this make sense in regards to this person and their situation? If you know what's going on, you can kind of tell me below. I'll talk to you later. Bye.